Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to Good Pickins, episode
What
number
is good?
28. 20, I
Yeah,
believe
man.
it's 28, right? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
It's
know. That's what
we've
it
we
says on the thumbnail.
we've had a couple weeks off, just
Yeah.
because of wedding stuff and other busyness. So it's good to be back in the
Yep.
in the seat and chatting with you. And yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's
Welcome back.
it feels good to be back. Like I started this week off, kind of taking it easy, but I filmed two
Yeah.
videos in 2 days basically. And it was just nice to be back and creating content
Right.
and just getting back into the mix, getting mixy with it.
So how long was Zesty out of work? Is she back to work and
So
everything already?
so she took off from, let's see, Thursday
Mhm.
before the week of our wedding. So
Okay.
not last Thursday, but the Thursday before that. So she had off all that. So Thursday through the weekend, and then the
Mhm.
whole entire next week, and then yeah, no. I take that back. She was off from Monday, starting the week of our wedding, all the
Mhm.
way until Sunday or Monday,
Okay.
Monday to Monday. She had off. She had off a full week. So not
Well,
that.
that's not very long at all, man.
No, not too long. Not or no. Monday, 2 Mondays in a row, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, because she had off the entire week of the wedding plus another week for the honeymoon. So yeah,
Right.
I stand
All
corrected.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. This whole past like couple weeks have been a blur for me. So
Yeah, I bet.
it's
And
been
so did you make a lot of sales while you were on time away?
actually not terrible. Not terrible. I think we made like 14 sales, 15 sales while
Yeah.
we were away. So not.
But one of them was like
And oh
$1,500 though.
yeah. So like you see like the chart, when you're looking at your graphs,
Yeah.
and it's just everything's skewed now. So like
Yeah.
all the little low bars on the graph
Mhm.
are like
Really low.
minuscule,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you've got this one huge bar where it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I think I made a couple other sales that day, maybe one or two other sales. So it was like
Yeah.
somewhere in the range of like 17 or $1,800 or some crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a good day, man. Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I think it was what was yesterday? Today's so Tuesday. Tuesday was horrible for me sales wise. But then yesterday like came my best day of the month so far. So or at least in the last 31 days. So it's like
yeah.
super weird, man. Like traffic, like impressions were down. I know you seen Party of Six and I talking in the Discord, comparing numbers and graphs and impressions and things. Um, for anybody watching in the chat, were your sales and traffic and impressions down significantly on Tuesday, or did you not even notice? Some people probably didn't even get phased by it, but it's weird for me because normally I sell about 20 something items a day. You know what I mean? No less than $500 in sales on an average, and then to go to only 10 sales in one day and $249 is where I finished the day out. That was just it was weird.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I saw you guys talking about that, but not that in depth. I didn't see you guys talking about it that in depth, but
yeah.
yeah, that's super interesting. I mean, so but did you guys find out that your impressions were down like for that single
Well,
day?
his were down like I want to say something like 6 million impressions. Uh
Really?
Low, yeah, and mine's were only down about 1 million impressions. But James, my boring reseller life now, he put out a video 2 days ago, well, yesterday, and he said that the same thing happened to him. At like 2 p.m. he was coasting, he had like $500 in sales, which for James, he averages about $1,000 a day on a regular, you know what I mean? And he said that he was also like thinking it was going to be a good day, and then after 2 o'clock, it just dropped off, and he finished the day like just slightly over 500, which for him is like really a really bad day. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I was like, that's strange, that we all got half the traffic. Well, not all, but him and I at least had got half the traffic of what we were used to. So I was just wondering if that had happened to anyone else. And for it to be, a bunch of people seeing their impressions to be down would make sense instead of just, three people, so
Right, right.
that's why I'm putting fillers out.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to know. I honestly didn't pay attention that much to
Yeah.
when you guys were talking about it, but yeah, I don't know. I have had like pretty steady sales, I guess, for being away. I
Yeah.
mean, I only had drafts for like a few days, so it
Okay.
wasn't anything wild. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I came back, started listening again, and I mean, it's been kind of slow, I guess, but maybe it was something on their end. Like, maybe there was something going on with like the eBay servers. Like,
I don't know,
if
man.
they
It's a
were,
good possibility.
I mean, if they were like getting, like a DDoS attack or some sort of like malicious attack against their servers, or I don't know, man. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, because especially for people that have significant seller accounts like yourself, like
Yeah.
it's a million impressions is a lot. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
what's your sell through rate right now,
My conversion
or
rate or my sell through?
conversion?
My conversion right now is at 1.8,
Okay, okay, yeah. I
but
mean, that's
it was at 1.7 and then went up to 1.8 today. But even up to a month ago, it was up as high as 2%. But that
yeah,
was also because I was running sales and I had the 40% off sale, and I think I had a 55% off sale going. So like crazy amounts of things were selling, you know what I mean? And
right.
now right now I've got Black Friday sales going. So I got a 40% off sale, a 30% off sale, and then I still have the 22% off coupon. So things, the conversion rate's starting to go back up because things are starting to sell in more of an abundance.
That makes sense.
So
That makes
yeah.
sense.
I just
Gotcha.
sold a pair of Old Navy jeans.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, I
Yeah.
actually just passed over some Old Navy jeans in the bins
Oh,
today.
it's not like something I recommend picking up. It's just filler for when you need to list 50 items a day.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's
Because
fair.
they only sold for $13.
Oh,
So
well, I mean,
yeah,
still though, your cost of goods is like a dollar and change. So,
yeah. So
um,
you know,
no, I was gonna
yeah.
say, did you see the coming change on November 20th at our bins? We're getting a price
What's
increase.
happening?
We're getting a
Are we?
price increase.
How
Yeah.
much, man?
I think it's 20 or 30 cents. I think it's 30 cents or around 30
Wow. So
cents.
it's going up to $1.89
Dollar
or a
eighty
dollar.
nine. It's a
Mm.
dollar 80 something. Dollar 80 something. So
It was
uh
bound to happen, dude.
it was bound to happen. I mean, we could delve into this like deeply, but I mean, it's just I find it interesting that all these corporations or all these people that are working for these companies are demanding more money because the cost of living is going up, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden these companies are just like, oh, guess what, we're going to charge more for our product, and that's because they have to pay their employees more. Like, the corporate greed is
It's
definitely there.
there's multiple things that go into it, and without trying to sound like I'm on their side, but they have gas, they got to pay their trucks, they got to haul stuff
Oh no,
back
for
and
sure,
forth.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean? All these other extra costs, like I understand it. It doesn't mean I like it, but I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
It sucks,
I would
but
say
I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
the way that I describe that is very, very basic, right? Like, that
Yeah.
is, but it's just interesting to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in this market, like, that's where we're at. However,
Well,
it's still going to be super cheap
yeah.
to get things from the
Somebody had asked
bins.
me because they said something about their bins was like two something a pound. And I'm like, well, I went to Houston and I paid, I think it was 2.19 a pound in Houston, and it
Okay.
was still profitable, and I still picked up the same exact stuff that I pick up now. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So I didn't minimize the amounts of things that I pick up because they weren't going to sell for this much more, because at 2.19 a pound, it's still ridiculously cheap.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Especially if you pick up a variety of weights and size garments and things like that. It's all gonna, if you average your buy cost in, it's all gonna be a lot cheaper at the end of the day anyway. And then the good thing about those bins though is if you buy anything over 50 pounds, it dropped down from 2.19 to $1.89 per pound. Now, if we did that at my bins, at our bins, my buy cost would be a lot cheaper because I was every single time, like there's never been a time that I think that I can remember getting under 50 pounds because I'm
Really.
buying so many items, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it would have been great, but
I
a dollar
mean,
89, it is what it is.
yeah. And again, don't quote me on that. It could be a dollar 81. It could be a dollar 80. I'm not 100% sure.
A dollar 80, it's still,
Yeah.
still room
Still.
for profit. Hillary says her Benz is a dollar 99 per pound.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
somebody that's in the reseller Nirvana group though. He said it's like I want to say it's under a dollar, but I want to say he said it's either 50 cents or 90 cents a pound at their bin
Hmm.
store. And that is so sick, dude.
And
Like
that's for
what?
everything? That's for like
That's
all the
for
general.
every I
Wow.
mean, he sells clothing, so he said it was for everything, but it might
Okay.
not be the same for hard goods.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, by the way, Carrie and Nita J? Welcome,
Yeah, what's up,
welcome.
Carrie? How you doing? Nita, what's going on, Nita?
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's honestly kind of crazy though. Like, I
yeah,
mean, I know that. So I think if I recall correctly, like Harry Tornado, his bins, they charge
mhm.
separately for electronics
And
and
plush.
plush and like
Yeah,
other other hard goods, which is interesting
right.
because like our hard goods are just one flat price,
Yeah,
glassware and then media and
yeah.
well media, I say media but books
Yeah.
are by the inch, so it's really interesting. I think
So
also they're only upping the price for just the general cost. I don't think they're upping the price for glassware and books, I think.
so do you think that it's going to stay this way for a little while, or do you think it's going to like start being an incremental increase on like a quarterly or half a year or yearly basis?
Well, if you remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that this was the time last year when they did the price increase.
They didn't increase last year. I don't remember because the Benz wasn't my business model for up until this point last year.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Maybe,
Like I
well,
had went and dabbled and I always assumed it was higher than what it was. So when I found out that it wasn't $1.80 already, I was blown away. I was like, I thought it was $1.80. And I think you was like, nah, man, it's like $1.30 something.
yeah, yeah, because it was $1.30 when I started.
Yeah,
And I remember the weather was cold, so that makes
yeah.
me think that it was like, it had to have been around this time, or maybe it was
Okay.
January or February when the price increase did happen. So,
Hmm.
I mean, maybe they're just doing it one time a year to like not have the sticker shock. I don't know,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be,
Man,
but
I'm gonna just try to ride the wave as long as I
oh,
can.
oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
like for sure. And I mean, it's just, it's just always the fact that you get so much stuff to look at too.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas like a regular thrift store is just so tailored. Like it
yeah.
depends on what employee is putting out what at what time and what day.
Right,
Like you
right.
have access to so much. It doesn't make sense not to do it.
If the Benz becomes unprofitable, man, that's gonna be a sad day.
I don't think
But
it'll ever happen.
I
I
think
honestly don't think it'll ever happen.
I don't see them getting. I mean, if they start getting up into like $3 and $4 a pound, then you could. It's crazy. You could just go to the thrift store and buy the same stuff, but that would probably also scare away a lot of people too, because a lot of people are probably going to be like, "This makes no sense for me to do this." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Well, the business model of the bins is to literally liquidate. Like that's
right,
because America is so, has overabundance in our society. Like we're
right,
always going to have an overabundance of
of course,
donated charitable things.
right.
So I
So I
mean,
think probably it's just all in a grand scheme. It's way more popular than it's ever been. There's way more donations, than there's ever been probably too. I don't know
I
about right
mean,
now, but
yeah,
you know, they're probably just trying to capitalize as well, man.
yeah,
You know,
no, for sure, for sure. Carrie said the bins in Panama City, Florida are $1.79 a pound for clothes, $1.29 for hard goods, unless it's more than
Hmm,
3 pounds. Interesting, interesting.
that is
So,
interesting.
what's the price if it's more than 3 pounds? That's kind of tight, though.
Yeah,
That's kind of tight. And thank you for the
right.
welcome back, Tiffany.
What's up, Tiffany?
It's very good to be back. It did kind of like it did suck for like the first like hour that I was back and I was like listing and
Yeah,
like getting stuff together because it looked like a bomb had went off in our house. Like it
yeah.
when we got back home from our honeymoon, it was just like, oh, we should have cleaned
Like
before we left.
I left this like this.
Yeah, like it because usually Zesty and I are pretty good about
Yeah.
having a clean house before we leave. Because I personally, I mean, I know Zesty does too to an extent. I
Mhm.
really like coming home to a clean house because then I don't
Yeah.
feel like I have to do anything. I can just take a day and just
Right.
relax and just do nothing and
Yeah.
whatever, and then go back to my work day or work week or whatever the next day.
Yeah.
So, but this was different. This was way, this was You guys will see some of it in the video tomorrow. Like it looked like a little bomb went off. It wasn't nearly
Nice.
as bad as it's been in the past, but it was still, it got neglected. It did. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. So Carrie said, no. She said if they go over $3 a pound, how would they unload it? They would literally be throwing away millions of dollars. You're right. And I'm not saying that they would, at least I hope they wouldn't. I think that they would realize that that would be too high for liquidation. You know what I mean? It's not like the stuff is in great condition. It's not like it's like really killer brands. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think raising the prices a little bit is okay. You know, they're they'd be like you said, they'd be shooting themselves in the foot if they were to go too high.
yeah. And I mean, it also makes sense that, other places in the country can charge the prices that they charge. So,
Yeah.
Glamaws coming in
Grandma came through.
with the
Oh,
15
15.
super chat, half to photograph,
Dang.
so can't stick around, but sending much love and hopefully 2 gallons of gas to my show me homies. Yo, listen, you
Yeah.
have to remember it's still pretty cheap here. I mean, I paid
Yeah.
I paid 280 something at the
She must
Costco.
drive a big car.
Yeah, yeah. I paid 280 something at the Costco gas pump earlier today, so
That's not bad.
not
That's
bad.
$15 is almost a quarter tank, or it's almost a half a tank in my little tiny
I was
Ford.
gonna say, yeah, that's
Yeah.
nearing on half a tank for me. So thank you very
Yeah.
much. I
Right. A
appreciate
big
it, and
shout out.
I hope the photography is going well. I'm
Right,
assuming
right,
you're
right.
taking photographs of clothing, but
Yeah, she's a
I
clothing
think
seller.
clothing, yeah, yep.
Mm.
But yeah, no, Tiffany, that's interesting that you guys are wanting to move to Destin. I have to know, like, Destin to me, when I think of Destin, Florida, I think tourist, like
Yeah, definitely.
tourist trap.
Yeah.
Do you guys really want to live in like such a transient sort of city? Would you ever live in a transient
Well,
city,
they're
Marcus?
transplants. Yeah, I would definitely. They're transplants, so they wouldn't care. It'd be awesome to them. You know what I mean? So like for
Yeah,
me, when I came from Cape to I went to Galveston and then I went to Houston. And it was the best, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is so awesome. But I know people that live in Houston are probably like, this traffic sucks. Getting from point A to point B takes 2 hours. You got toll booths, you know what I mean? But for me, I'm just like, I'm having the time of my life.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? There's 6 band stores down here. What?
yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
I was living it up, Got
right,
to
right,
the beach on Galveston, which isn't really a beach, just like the ocean alongside a street, like there's a main road right there. So, but it
right.
was great to me, like I enjoyed it. So I would definitely move to a tourist city. I'd probably move on the outskirts because most tourist cities are a little bit more expensive because of the nature of it. But
Yep, yep.
I wouldn't go to like Miami or nothing ridiculous though.
Right. Like when I think of like a tourist city, I'm thinking like, I don't know. I mean, even New York, like where there's so many
Yeah.
people there that are just like not New York natives. It's
Yeah.
like, but that's also what makes that city so cool
That's what
too.
makes it special. Yep.
Exactly. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a I don't know, like
It's
how
like
interesting of a
California.
like do you like meeting people? Then live in a transient city. If you don't like
Right.
meeting new people, probably
Come
live
to
in the
Cape Girardeau.
probably live in the Midwest. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, you mentioned traffic. That is like one of the most underrated things about St. Louis is the
Yeah.
fact that we have such a big city and we don't have
Mhm.
traffic. We
I
don't have.
mean, we get it for like 10 minutes at 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah.
You
But
know what I
it's
mean?
nothing like L.A. or
No, not at
Chicago
all.
where it's just
Yeah.
bumper to bumper for hours and like people endure
Right.
that. Like, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
reason why I vowed never to drive to Chicago ever again. I won't do it. Like I absolutely refuse to. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it
It'd be a nightmare.
for sure. Uh, Carrie said, we personally know the manager, so she cuts us a good deal. Generally, she charges us $5 unless it's furniture. Okay, that's what.
Huh.
If you got the
They be
manager
giving the
hookup,
furniture away at
right?
our bins. They're like, all furniture is $1. All furniture is $1.
That's yo, that's real talk
Yeah.
though. That is
Yeah.
they
Like,
fire
get
sale
this
that
stuff out
stuff.
of here. Yeah, man.
You paid less than 6 today, Tiffany. Dang, Florida's like that. Florida's like that. Wow. I'm in the light box
Mhm.
tonight. Nice.
Nice.
Carrie said the beach
Mhm.
is a tourist trap. Away from the beach, they have it good. Like me, I don't live in PC Beach. I live in town. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
So I went to, I assume that's Pensacola Beach or Panama City.
Panama
Okay.
City,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So
like that's probably even worse than Destin. You got a bunch of college kids or like
yeah,
barely college kids like throwing up in
right,
alleys and
right, right.
doing just beer bongs and
YOLO,
yeah,
like,
like
shut up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we're so
yeah, man.
old. Like we're waving our cane off of our balcony, like shut the
Go
hell up,
sit
you
out
you little
somewhere.
whippersnappers.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Pensacola Beach with Nikki for, a little vacation. And it was right look like there's bars and like a Ferris wheel, I want to say like right on the water. So it's like so turned up, dude, like to the max. And everybody's out there
Mm,
like drinking their like, the big glow in the dark neon cups full of like martinis and stuff.
of
Out there
course.
having the time of their life and doing backflips and taking Instagram photos and TikToks and stuff. And I was just like, they out here living life, man.
Right, right. I've heard Galveston like can be fun, but I guess for the right age group.
This was in Pensacola Beach.
Or
Galveston was all right, but
okay, okay.
we drove from, so like this is on a separate time. We drove from Cape Girardeau to Dolphin Island in Florida, I
Okay.
think, or maybe it's in Georgia. I don't know. And then we drove to Mississippi to Biloxi, and then we drove from Biloxi to Key something in Florida, which is like literally right across the Mississippi state line.
Like in the
And then
panhandle like
yeah,
area, yeah.
yeah, and well, I think it might be across the Georgia line. But either way it goes, we drove from Mississippi to Florida, and then we went back from Florida through Mississippi and then back to Missouri. So it was just like a weekend trip, and we went to all those states. We went to Orange Beach, we went to Gulf Shores, we went to Pensacola Beach, and then we went to some other key place in Florida. And we just hit the beach and went swimming all up and down the coast. It was pretty cool.
That
Or
is
the
pretty cool.
Gulf. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it actually took me 32 years to see an ocean. My parents were
Took
not
me about the same.
traveled, so I mean
Yeah.
you feel my pain, but
Yeah.
I remember getting off the plane in we went to Fort Myers Beach, Florida for my first experience.
Perdido Key. Yeah, Carrie. I'm sorry. That's exactly what it was.
Oh, Perdido
So
Key.
yeah,
I've never heard of that
Perdido
place.
Key. Yeah, it was nice. White
Okay.
sand
Okay.
beaches. Yeah.
Heck yeah. But
Mhm.
I got off the plane with my friend Seth, and we're in the Uber or the taxi or whatever on our way to our hotel. And my friend Seth just happened to mention, he's like, this is this first time seeing a beach, and he goes, "Oh, my friend, my friend, my dear friend, this is not a beach, or this is not an
Yeah,
ocean. This is not an this is the Gulf of Mexico."
yeah,
Okay, he's like, I'm like, "Man, don't ruin my time, okay?
yeah. It's still
This is
still
still
good enough,
this
man.
is good. This is the ocean to me, okay? I'm a
Yeah,
little Midwesterner, okay? Like I know
right.
lakes, okay? Like
Yeah. And eventually I want to go to like California, and I really want to go to the East Coast and like,
yeah,
get some like,
man.
fresh lobster and like
Yeah.
some scallops and stuff maybe.
Got to do it.
But like I also want to go to California and see like their coast too, like
Yeah.
see the Pacific and the Atlantic. It's on the bucket list.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So if you go to California, which city are you thinking? Do you have anything in mind?
I don't really know right off the flip. It would be probably like San Francisco or something like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't know much about California. I mean, like I know LA and stuff, but that's not on the water. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And LA is probably the worst place to go, or
I
just
mean,
talk about traffic.
it depends what you want to do, right? Like if you
I'm
want
trying to
this
thrift.
if you want the city life, if you want like the urban experience, you got to go to like LA. I mean, even San Francisco has some of that, but like
Yeah,
I've only had experience in San Diego in California, and it was
right.
absolutely amazing. Like just the vibes of the city
Yeah.
are just so laid back, and the food was amazing, the beer was amazing. Like it was
How
I
close is that to the water?
it was really close, really really
Okay.
close. Like
See,
I
I got a
could almost see the water from like where I was eating at a brewery.
Okay.
So,
See, I had a buddy that grew up. Well, he grew up in Webster Groves with me where I did, but then he left for like 3 years and went out to San Diego. And then when he came back, he was like, super like heady, like stoner. He's like, dude, you like he went out, he went out there, came back like a pro skater and stuff. He's like, man,
That's
San
what you
Diego's the
do.
best.
That's what you do out there, bro. You go
Yeah,
out there to get Cali sober. Okay, so you're
yeah,
only smoking weed and
yeah,
you're skateboarding. That's what you
yeah. That's
do.
what he. It's definitely
That's
what he
that's
did,
the
man.
vibe out there, man. That's it.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
came
do
back. He
I don't do either of those things, but it was still great just to,
right.
like
Yeah, I don't do either of those things either. I tried skateboarding, I tried weed. I definitely gave both of those up. The skateboarding was more of a hazard than weed was, surprisingly.
No, that's
It was
facts.
crazy.
Like for
Yeah,
whatever reason, my feet just don't. They just don't. I can't do it. Like
yeah. I
if I'm on a
literally went like
bicycle.
this, feet right out from under me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, but I honestly have given it a lot of thought. I've been watching a lot of skateboarding videos, like skateboarding how
yeah.
to videos lately.
Are
I don't
you
know
are you
why.
gonna get back in
I don't
it?
know why, but like there's just a part of
Midlife
me.
crisis?
There's a yeah, yeah, kind of like there's a part of me that really just wants to like well, we've been talking about like starting a second channel just for like
Mhm.
purely like vlog off topic things that aren't related to like
Right.
nostalgia like or reselling. So just
Yeah,
like the life of Zesty and Nabyar and just
right.
whatever happens with the channel happens. But I was like
Yeah.
it would be cool to be like 36-year-old dude tries to
Decides to go
skateboard. Like
skateboarding. Yeah,
yeah,
that would
yeah.
go viral.
Yeah, it
That
could.
would
I don't
definitely go
know.
viral.
I don't know. We'll
So
see.
yeah, man. Speaking of YouTube, in the Reseller Nirvana group today, we were talking about it was an accounting call. So like, if you guys don't know, like, I use a spreadsheet by Cheryl Miller Simplified Accountants, and on every other Thursday of the month, she does an accounting call. So we were discussing on how to write off things on our business expenses. And she was like, literally, if you got a YouTube channel, you can buy anything, make a YouTube video on it, and then write it off as an expense. So I'm
That's
like, really? And
yeah.
that's it sounds like great sound advice because I was talking about getting a treadmill that goes underneath my desk so I can walk and do my listing at the same
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm like, and she's like, all you got to do is put it in a YouTube video. And I'm like, bet. Like, Cheryl, that's why
Honestly,
you're the best, dude.
yo, that's a piece of office equipment. If you've got
Yeah.
like one of those little bicycle things, because like Zesty's talked
Yep.
about getting one of those, like just
Yeah.
to keep your feet active or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
yo, that's real stuff.
Definitely.
That's real stuff.
Yep.
Let's catch up on this chat. By the way, we are falling
Okay, yeah,
way
we're
behind.
pretty behind probably.
Carrie says we also don't pay state taxes because of the tourists. That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I always
Yeah, I
forget
do know
about that.
that.
You guys don't pay the state taxes, which is a huge draw for a lot of people to go down there.
Yeah.
So, Tiffany said our 10-year-old is a gymnast, and there is a very highly rated gym in Destin. Oh, okay. Plus, half of
Okay.
my life has been in the tourist industry, and my hubby can live anywhere with his hopefully new job. Yeah,
Nice. Fingers crossed.
yeah, I think that's one of the best things about having like a work from home sort of deal.
Yeah.
That's like Zesty. Like Zesty can move to any city and still retain her job. So pretty cool.
Is it remote or
Are you talking to
it
me
could be?
or
Yeah,
Carrie
you.
or yeah? Well,
You
yeah,
about Zesty.
yeah. Zesty's job is 100% remote. So
Okay. That's
yeah,
what's up.
yeah,
Freaking awesome.
yeah. Oh, and yeah, Tiffany, I totally forgot that you guys are in California. That's right. That's
Yeah. Hillary said, off of my lawn. Kids get off of my lawn. Yeah, we're pretty far behind.
right.
Spring break and then the snowbirds in winter. LOL. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you got to deal with them.
They say there's a lot of estate sales in Florida since all the old folks go there to die though. So
Oh, I mean, I
might
can
get
only
a lot of
imagine what
inventory.
kind of vintage bangers are in Florida
Yeah.
for sure.
Tommy Bahama bangers with the embroidery on the back of them. Let's
Right,
go.
right.
Yeah. Alabama is Dolphin Island, Perdido Key, LOL. Okay, yeah. So it was Alabama. Uh
Kristen. Hi,
yeah,
Kristen.
what's up, Kristen? How you doing, buddy?
What is up?
Uh
Wait, there's a
I
squirrel
think
emote. Hold on. This is a default
yeah,
emote?
there's a squirrel emoji.
I
Yeah.
didn't know
That
that, bro.
comes with
That's
it.
that's sick. That's sick. I love that.
So if you guys don't know, I don't think Kristen's here anymore. She might be, but she's going live tomorrow for quite some time. I think maybe like 10 hours or something like that. Some ridiculous. And I'm going to be on there at 3 p.m.
Ayo.
uh tomorrow for like 15 minutes or so.
Okay,
But yeah,
that's what's
you
up.
guys are you guys are gonna want to see that and just support her live stream.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that she was promoting it on Instagram. So if you guys aren't
Yeah,
following her on Instagram, it's the same handle as you see in the chat. So please go follow her on
yep,
the Insta. Say what's up.
yep, yep.
Do
Then
a
we
little package flip with a smile.
yeah. Yeah,
It
the
feels
old
good.
Kristen classic.
It feels good to do, you know?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, channel your inner
Seriously.
Kristen.
Seriously. Do it.
Uh, Hillary says y'all need to come visit New England so you can see our beaches and enjoy all the seafood. I'm definitely down for some seafood.
Absolutely. Yeah. Zesty and I have been talking to going to like Maine and like New Hampshire
Yeah,
and like trying to hit because we've been to New York City. You've been to
yeah.
New York City, right?
No, I've never
Oh,
even been to the
bro.
East Coast.
Okay, bro. You
Yeah, I
gotta
want to
go.
go.
You gotta go. You
I
gotta
really want to
start
go.
or end with New York City. Like that's gotta
Yeah,
be the goal. But yeah, so like I mean I want to go up to like that little area though and like basically be in a Stephen King book. Maybe without the
yeah,
murder, and the
yeah,
weirdness. But
yeah. Get you like a little bed and breakfast or something.
yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Just
see some
sleepy.
lighthouses.
I want to, yeah, sleepy bed and breakfast. I want to see the fog rolling in on a
Yeah,
lighthouse. I want to eat all the good fish.
yeah, man.
You know,
Get some clam chowder.
of
Chowder.
I mean, some of my favorite beer is New England style IPAs like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
would be in heaven up there.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, man.
I want to do it. I want to do it.
Great time.
We'll be there soon, Hillary. Don't worry. When we get our YouTube checks, don't worry.
Yeah. 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 I don't know what's going on with that. I'm waiting on mine. What's going on, Brian? My guy. Appreciate you
Brian,
coming and hanging out, man.
how we feeling tonight?
Uh
Feeling good?
Live shenanigans. I'll definitely be checking that out.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
I'll
her
definitely
first live ever.
I'll be checking it out as well. I do know that I have a lot to catch up on, especially tomorrow. I'm actually hopefully nobody's listening that is receiving these gifts, but I'm actually cooking a bunch of barbecue and vac
Nice.
sealing it and making it all nice and ready for delivery for all the people that were associated with our wedding as kind of
Okay.
thank you gifts. So I got a bunch of barbecue being cooked. I'll be sure to post some pictures in
Yeah.
the Discord.
Mouth watering.
Yeah, and maybe some videos on the gram. So if you
Yeah.
guys aren't following me or in the Discord, shameless plug again.
Yeah.
Go to that
Man,
Discord.
so I don't know if you guys are following Mess Hall Diggs. I know some of you know who he is, but he's based out of Kentucky. He's got like a little, I think it might be a food truck, but he posts
Okay.
some of the most fire looking, like bad clog your arteries, like unhealthy, like junk food looking fried chicken sandwiches. I'm talking about, man, it's mouth watering stuff. And Nikki and I are gonna go down there and visit him sometime real soon and get some of that because she's like, I've been seeing his food on there and I really want some. She loves junk food. She loves like comfort food, you know what I mean? Like fried, and if it's
Yeah.
like deep fried and like butter and then triple fried and like grease, you're talking her language.
I mean, it's I can't complain with that.
Probably talking a lot of people's language.
I mean, exactly. Like
Yeah.
obviously there has to be, some give and take with that. You can't eat that every
Right.
day. I mean, you can.
No, not at all. Well,
You
she
can,
does.
but
She eats
I
like that
mean,
every day.
hey, that's your
Yeah.
prerogative.
Right. You
If
got
you
one
can
life.
function, if you can function
Yeah.
that way, hey, more power to
Right.
you. I can't.
Well, I eat a lot of protein as it is, and I eat, a lot of meat. So it's got, some of it's high in cholesterol. So like the doctor's like, you got high cholesterol. Well, she said it's kind of on the high side. It's not like super high, but dude, I had an artery, like a blood clot in my leg like 3 years ago. So
Really?
really try to, yeah, really, and then I don't know what it was from. So I really try to eat as healthy as possible,
That's
as
scary.
often as possible. Yeah, man.
That's scary. If that happened to
So
me, I would for sure like change my diet.
yeah,
My
yeah,
uncle, my uncle had a heart attack. My uncle Jimmy had a heart attack at like age 48. He stopped everything. He stopped drinking. He stopped all the
yeah,
fast food, like nothing. He was just
yeah,
on the treadmill every day, eating super clean.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it was
Is he
crazy.
still alive?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still,
Shout out Uncle Jimmy.
still kicking it.
Yeah,
He's
man.
actually one of two deaf people that were born on my dad's side. So
Hmm.
I mean I don't know if anybody in the chat doesn't know, but both of my parents are deaf. My dad's side is 14 kids. huge Irish
Nice.
Catholic family, but two of them turned out deaf at birth, and my uncle Jimmy was
So
one of those. So
how am I just now finding out that your parents are deaf?
wait, what? Hold
Yeah.
on. Oh my gosh.
Well, because you're
Hold
with
the
your dad
phone.
in the videos and you're like Papa Nabiar and you're like
I
I'm
start
assuming he
signing.
can hear you. I've never seen you sign in the video though.
Every single video at the end, the see you later, that's sign language.
I
That's
didn't
sign.
know that though. You know what I mean?
We're
I'm
all
thinking you're
learning.
just like
We're all learning together. We're all
I'm
learning
mind
together.
blown right now, bro. I'm pretty impressed that you know sign language. I just gotta say.
Okay, well, I also have to say that I only knew so much until I went to college for deaf communication studies. That's actually what I have a degree in. I don't use my degree
Nice.
professionally. Very obvious that I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I have a degree in.
So
So
can you tell me why the over exaggeration of faces why is that a necessity in signing? Like when you see the person on the news and they're talking about the weather, and then you got this person down there in the corner and they're like extenuating their faces, and it's just like that's the guy that's speaking doesn't even do that. Why are you doing that?
okay, so imagine if you're deaf. Let's just take 5 seconds and imagine that you're deaf, and I'm
Mhm.
signing something that is, let's say I'm signing for a news reporter that's talking about a hurricane. Okay, and you can
Yeah,
imagine, the reporter's like, "Oh my God, the winds are going 100 miles an hour," and so on and
yeah.
so forth. And just imagine the interpreter with a straight face like this, just
Oh my God, the winds are blowing it on. Yeah, I get
so you see.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's really funny because I naturally just saw that as a kid growing up watching my parents sign. So when I
Mhm.
got to college and I started going to classes, I had the expression, the facial expressions,
Yeah,
and there would be a lot of other people that did not have the facial expressions. So the
yeah,
teacher would always be like, "What's going on with your face? Why aren't you doing anything with your face?" And they're like, "What?" Like, get some expression going, like get some
yeah,
feeling into your face, not only just your hands, because obviously your hands can signify like the strength of a sign, right? Like if you do
yeah.
a sign with a lot of gumption, that means you
Mhm.
feel very passionately or strongly about that sign, or you're trying to
Right.
emphasize the sign.
Mhm.
Whereas if you're just doing it very like whatever, laissez
Right.
faire, sort of thing, then you're just kind of being passive about it. So
I guess that makes sense
yeah,
because I'm seeing it and hearing it at the same time, and
yeah,
like what the person that is speaking versus the person that is signing, I don't, in my opinion, don't feel like those facial expressions equal the
really.
what the guy's saying because sometimes it's not as serious. Like what I'm seeing the signer do makes it seem like it's level 10, you know, high priority topics, and
I
this
mean,
guy's just saying, and then we painted the park benches.
I
You
mean,
know?
I again, I like it's not as much about the facial expressions as it is about like the sign. Like
Yeah.
if guys, if you're driving and listening to this, don't watch me do this, but like
Yeah.
here's a quick example. Like this is ugly, and this is just like basic ugly with one finger.
Mhm.
Okay, right?
Okay.
This is really ugly. Three
2
fingers.
fingers.
Three
Oh, 3
fingers.
fingers?
This is
Okay.
really ugly. So like that would be
Yeah,
an example of like a way that you could do that without, you know, having to like
making
make a lot of
gotcha.
but facial expression is very much a part of it though. So
Well,
yeah.
facial expression is a part of talking like a regular person, so it
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Thanks for the explanation. I've
Yeah.
been curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you learned and the rest of chat learned. So
Yeah. Uh,
Danny said
okay.
come to
Go
Vegas.
ahead.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to Vegas. I'm ready.
This
Vegas is fun.
Vegas definitely has a lot to offer, that's for sure. Uh,
Uh we
I gotta
just
figure out where you were on that.
No, I think we got through most of that. Carrie was saying the 10-hour thing with Andy Resells. I believe so, right? Wasn't it right 10-hour thing with Andy Resells?
I don't know if it's exclusive to Angie. I think
Oh, okay. She's on there though.
maybe. I think she's gonna be on there,
I
but I
think so
think she's
too.
probably gonna have a bunch of people popping in and out.
I don't know.
Uh,
We'll let Kristen say that. It's her thing.
yeah. She said it's a 10-hour listing challenge marathon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her and Angie. Yep. Angie and I are doing a 10-hour listing. Yeah. I had to go back and read her message. So yeah, you're right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. No, that's going to be really fun,
Yeah,
and you'll get a lot
yeah,
listed. So,
definitely. Or
render
maybe she won't.
maybe it's tough. It's tough sometimes whenever you're
Yeah,
doing live.
yeah.
RDP said, "Love New England. Spent 9 months in. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Rhode Island on a project. Beautiful up there. I'm sure it is. I'm sure
Nice.
it is. Can you pronounce that? Do you know what? Do you know what that city is in Rhode Island?
Let's see. Nargan. Narragansett.
I'm glad I'm
I
not
can't
the
say
only
it.
one. I can't.
Mm.
I can't do it.
It's like,
I
it's like
can't
one of
do
those
it.
things you gotta like sit there and sound it out. It's
No,
like you're
I
3 or
no
however old you are
no.
when you
That's
start
one of the.
learning how to read.
That's one of those cities that like has some shit in there that like does not sound the way that it looks.
Like the word the town Poughkeepsie, that's
Poughkeepsie. Yeah,
pronounced totally different than it
totally
looks.
different. Totally
Like
different.
I would have said like Poughkeepsie.
Right. Right.
It's not like that
But
at
the
all,
thing is Poughkeepsie is like a generally known city. Like it's said, you've heard it, like
Yeah.
I've probably never heard of that city.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
So what's up, Fly Days?
Never. Fly
Welcome,
Days, what's
welcome.
going on, bro?
That mod wrench is looking good.
Yeah. Hillary said, Marcus, why do you think he had an interpreter at his wedding? It makes sense.
I mean,
Now it makes sense. It's all coming together. I didn't, I just don't ask questions, man. I just take things at face value. She said, not even pronounce. Hey, type it. Never mind. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy and
yeah,
paste it
let's
into
have
Google.
Let's have Google
Yeah.
tell us. Hey Alexa, tell us how to pronounce this city. Oh my gosh. Hit the like button. Thank you very much, whoever's on the Let's Do Lunch podcast. I was just listening to you guys the other day. I need to catch up on all the episodes. I'm falling behind. I'm 5 fingers ugly. I don't even know if you could sign ugly with 5 fingers and it makes sense, but I don't believe that. I believe you're
Okay,
beautiful.
let's hear it.
Like a flower.
Hold on, it's not. I gotta turn it up.
I'm so like
on all the episodes.
I'm
falling behind.
Narragansett.
Narragansett.
I was so off.
That does sound how it looks.
5 fingers ugly. I don't even know if you.
Sorry, guys. For those of you that don't know, I have to have the YouTube on to see the comments on this live stream.
Bro, pro
So
tip.
what up, Steve? What up?
Pro tip: go
Yeah.
go to my channel in a browser, and you can pop the chat out into its
Bro,
own window.
All about that.
You can, yeah.
Let
you don't have to do it now. You don't have to do it now.
Oh, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
Marcus is like 2 feet away from the screen, just like, I love this. I love this idea. Hey, Ray, how do you sign What Does This PS3 Smell Like? I would finger spell PlayStation 3. This is being serious, by the way. I would finger spell PlayStation 3, and then I would do the sign for smell and like. The sign for like. Obviously, also so like going back to the facial thing, when you're asking a question, your eyebrows tend to go up, like I'm wanting a response from you, versus making a statement where your eyebrows may go dip down and in. So that's also another thing about facial expressions.
This ain't working, Ray. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
I do it just fine. I do it just fine.
You know what you're doing, though.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. What's up, Steve, by the way? I took a signing class in college and I stunk at it. Listen, it's just like any other language. Like, you gotta keep up with it. You gotta be immersed in the culture. Also, guys, did I accidentally leave on you can't type a message within 10 seconds? I think I left that on.
Yeah.
I think
it was annoying. It was a wee bit annoying, man.
Well, the thing is I didn't want to have like a hate raid happen or anything of that nature.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
I don't want the haters, coming in
No
on a wedding day.
explanation needed, bro.
You know.
But I was trying to spam like all love, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
But because I was at the gym, so I was like working out and watching the wedding at the same time, and then trying to like comment in between sets. Well, you're my boy, Blue.
That's
so Yeah, man. So I was trying to like get all my comments in between sets, and then it was like, you just made a comment 3 seconds ago, and I was like, dang it. It's all good though.
uh, but yeah, Carrie. I mean, at least you took the attempt at it. I think the thing is that ASL and signing, just in general, are
Yeah.
not weren't really viewed as a foreign language when I was in high school. I would have loved to have a signing class in an ASL class in high school.
I'm
I would have
trying to
loved
think
it.
if they had one in my school. They probably do now, but
I mean, I was gonna say they do now, but when we
yeah.
were in high school, they were like, "No, we don't care about deaf people
Yeah.
enough to have this. What are
Right.
you talking about?"
Our
Especially
schools
in
have
St.
changed
Louis,
so much, man. Yeah. Like now you're learning Spanish in like kindergarten. You know what I
right?
mean? Like versus I had to wait till I got to middle school to even start learning it.
Oh, dude, not even in middle school for me. Like I took Spanish in high school and I didn't have any exposure to it even before that. But if you live in states like Texas, where borders, Mexico, you're going to learn
Yeah.
Spanish in elementary probably.
Right.
So, yeah. What's up, Janae? That's a lot of
Yep.
A's and I like it.
That's Janae's my little sister's middle name, but it's Jnay. Janae.
Jnay. Okay. I like that.
Yeah. No, Jnay.
That's what I said.
I
Jnay.
thought you said Janay.
Did
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
I don't know,
I
bro.
don't know.
Maybe you didn't, and I'm just
I
tripping.
don't know. We'll never know. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Tiffany said she lost sound somehow and had to watch it later. Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
Oh
it was
dang.
definitely good to watch live.
No, I'm glad that the buffering thing also worked out. I was not a proper live streamer and I didn't check the stream on my phone to
Right.
make sure that it was good to
Well, and
go.
see, and I had
But
said something to Hillary. I thought that maybe you had somebody there, like monitoring to make sure like that didn't happen. And she,
no.
she was like, no.
No, I literally was like, I had my cousin Matt who came later, like to the actual, wedding itself. He came
Yeah,
later to like shut the stream down because I knew I'd be like, I would be inundated with other stuff,
of
right
course, it's your
after.
wedding day.
Yeah. So I was like, just make sure to end stream. Like, you know how to work OBS. Like, it'll be
Yeah,
fine. But as far as like setting it up, I had to do everything myself. I carried
yeah.
in the computer. I set I set everything.
Were the people that were at your wedding wondering what you were doing, or
Not
do
really.
they
I
know
mean,
that you're a YouTuber?
yeah, I mean, most of the people knew that like I was a Twitch streamer at one point in time, so like
Yeah,
they knew that I was like into live streaming. But we also made a post on Facebook like, hey, like for people that aren't able to make it, here you go.
right.
Wish you could be with us virtually. So
Yeah, that makes
type of thing.
sense.
So
Yeah,
Janae says my
yeah,
11th grader is taking ASL. Good for them. I'm super happy that they are. There needs to be more of that. There needs to
yeah,
be more of that.
definitely.
I mean, it sure beats Latin in terms of like practicality. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
definitely.
I don't know if any of the people that I knew that took Latin in high school are now using it unless they're a lawyer or something, or a doctor.
Look,
A doctor. A
look at
doctor would,
Jeff.
you know.
Jeff popped up in her last talking about first.
I love that. I
uh,
love that,
yeah,
Jeff.
welcome, bro.
Well,
Mm.
you know what? You were first. You were first, as
Mm.
far as I'm
Miss
concerned.
Q says she just wanted to say, hey, let you know I've been listening while driving. Hey, just listen.
Hey,
That's all
yeah,
you gotta do. Just listen.
don't look at my sign language. That's the
Yeah,
key.
don't
Pay
text and
attention.
drive. Arrive alive.
Arrive alive and ready to
Mm.
thrive or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
there you go. Sounds good. That worked. Yeah. Welcome back, Jack.
Hillary said, when I was in high school, the only foreign languages we had available were Spanish, French, and German. So we had the same plus Latin.
Yeah.
My kids have those
I
plus Latin
think
and ASL. Okay, gotcha.
I think we had Latin, but I think we had Chinese also
Really?
at my school. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd never heard of people having like either Chinese or Japanese or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we had Did we have
no,
Japanese? I don't
no,
think
we
I know we
did.
had Chinese though.
I think we might have had Japanese now that I think about it.
I think we might have, but I just remember like them writing the signs. What is it, kanji? It's called or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know which which
Yeah,
nationality
because
is kanjis.
there's two like different forms. We need
Yeah,
Zesty. Zesty's learning Japanese right now, actually. So,
nice.
but yeah, I
Is it
think there's like two.
self-taught?
There's two. Yeah, I think she's using Duolingo.
Okay,
Lingo,
lingo. Yeah.
Duolingo. Yeah. So
So I took like 5 years of Spanish and then forgot pretty much all of it. And then the Spanish that you learn is not the way it's actually spoke in real life. You know what I mean?
right,
Because just like we speak slang like American, like
right.
English language, like English to British English is not the same like American English. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I went to Mexico talking like proper high school Spanish, and I'm like, dude, where'd you learn your Spanish at? And I'm like, it's school, and they're like, you talk proper, man. Like, you need to
that's
learn
funny.
some slang. Like, you're over speaking like a 90-year-old man, and
That's
you're 16.
hilarious.
Like, what's going on? I'm like,
Well,
man, look, I
I
talk what
mean,
I know.
that's what I was saying about like you have to be immersed in the culture to
Yeah,
truly be fluent in a language. So, like, fortunately, if you learn sign language in St. Louis, there's a huge population of deaf people here. You can
yeah,
go to events, you can go to deaf events, and they'll be fully welcoming, and
yeah,
they'll teach you little slang signs and just just
yeah,
little ins and outs, little nuances of the culture and the language. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, Miss Lachey says, I guess I'm invisible tonight. No, you're not.
Whoa, hold on. You haven't been
Did,
talking.
did we? I know she said we had fun in the chat on your wedding,
We did
but
have fun in the chat. Yes. Well, you
I
guys
don't
had fun in the
remember.
chat.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think she said anything before that for quite some time.
and thank you, Miss Lachey, for
Yeah,
having
we're not
fun.
trying to.
Yeah, we're not ignoring you. I promise.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
This is only my
I feel
second beer.
bad,
Okay.
and this is only my nun beer.
Yeah. So that means we've only had one beer piece between us. So get off our backs. Okay.
Mm. uh, let's see here. Jeff says we had Spanish and Italian only. Literally same teacher, just didn't wear
Dang.
her sombrero Heritage Month during the Italian class. Well, that
Dang.
makes sense. Janae said my high schooler and her friends sign and totally talk crap and laugh because nobody know what they're saying. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
that seems about right.
that's
That's how most people do it. I
exactly
wonder what they're saying in the nail shop when they're doing your nails.
right.
Because I know
Exactly.
they're usually talking trash. At least that's probably just a stereotype. Maybe that's racist for me to say.
I mean,
And
they
I'm
could be
sorry if
talking
I
trash
offend.
though. They could be like, dude,
It could be.
this dude's feet stink.
I know the Mexican people that I worked with at Golden Corral were talking mad trash, like not just on me, but on everybody. And I'm
Really?
like, dude, I'm like, I kind of understand what you're saying, man. And they're like, oh, lo siento, way. And I'm like,
Lo
okay, yeah.
siento, eh.
Uh,
Oh my
like I
gosh.
know enough. Yeah. But yeah, my daughter Cantonese and Mandarin. Yeah, that's I think they called it Mandarin, but it's still, still Chinese, ain't it?
Yeah, but isn't there? I think there's two different styles of how Mandarin or Cantonese
Yeah.
is written or spoken. Dude, I don't know.
It's spoken, yeah.
I'm
And then
talking
it's
out of my
like
ass. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there is two different like sub
I think
versions
there
of it.
is. I think there's actually even another one.
There might be.
Maybe I'm wrong though. Who knows?
We're
I mean,
not we're not we're not
I'm
doctors.
black and white, guys. I don't really know. Yeah.
I'm
I know I
I'm
know
just
white and I know black.
I'm just uncultured Midwest swine. It's just
Yeah, I'm a mutt. I'm a blend of all types of things. Got a little Irish in me, a little Dutch, a little Cherokee, a little Navajo, a little white, a little
Hey, that's
black.
a mix. That's a mix.
Yeah. I've got the least black of everything in me though. I mean, if you couldn't tell
Have
by
you
my super pale skin,
have you done the like a 23andMe or anything to like see the
no.
percentages?
I just know. No, I don't know what the percentages are. I just know what my family is.
Oh,
Because since
okay.
I am mixed and I got white and black family, like they're all some everything.
But
Like so
you've
there's
but you've been able to retrace it like through like talking to your grandparents or whatever,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, but I probably should do like an actual ancestry thing because like my dad was adopted. So I really
Oh,
only know what my dad has in him and then what the
yeah.
white side of my family has. So
Gotcha. Yeah, so it
yeah,
could be
it
who
could be all
knows?
types of things.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For
I could
sure.
be related to Santa Claus. Who
You could
knows?
be. That's a cool dude, you know?
Yeah,
That's a cool dude.
dropping off bags. Sometimes all you need to know is where's the bathroom and I need a cab. I could say that in 5 languages. Nice.
I mean, that's a good skill. That's a good skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Tracy says, my daughter had Japanese in high school, but to really retain a language, you have to use it or you forget it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the truth.
It's
Yeah.
100%. You have to
That's
immerse
why I
yourself.
forgot my Spanish.
Yep, immerse yourself in the culture and talk to people that use the language every day, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's just like with reselling, man. If you don't stay in it, like Daily Refinement, for instance, he hasn't been on eBay for like almost, 9 months, you know what I mean? But he still surrounds himself with thousands of people that are on eBay. So he's still in the know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
hopefully he gets his eBay account back soon too. He's definitely on the mission for that.
That would be quite the story.
Like you talk about a comeback, man. Like those videos would go viral. Like if he
Oh,
got his eBay account back, it would go viral. Because
yo,
he went viral when he lost his eBay account.
hold on. What if this was all like a conspiracy for content? What if?
What
What
if?
if? That
I
would
wouldn't
be commitment.
I
That
wouldn't
would
put
be the
it
long
past
con.
someone. I wouldn't put it past someone, but I don't think. I mean, if it's for him, he's got the most serious game face ever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because like even behind the scenes, like in the Reseller Nirvana group, when we're talking to him every morning, he just seems like you know, like someone kicked his dog. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like he just wants eBay back. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's the number one seller on whatnot, but still, like, it's still not the same as eBay.
Do they
You know
have
what I mean? Like,
metrics? Do they have metrics on whatnot for that type of
I don't
stuff?
know, honestly. I'm not really sure what the back end of whatnot looks like because they denied me for some reason when I tried to get
Bro,
on there.
this
But
is all I'm gonna say. We need to collab on a whatnot
or
uh
whatnot.
a whatnot auction. We need to figure something out. We need to
Are
do
you
something.
approved on there?
No, but we'll figure it out. We're
Figure it out.
one of us can get approved and we'll figure it out. We'll do something cool.
Make it
I
happen. Huh?
mean, because I feel like if we can do this podcast every week and we have good back and forth, with you
Mm,
guys especially in the
yeah,
chat, like we could do a cool whatnot auction. I think it would be
yeah.
fun. It would be fun. Maybe we'll do a bunch
Uh,
of teas or something.
yeah. We can get those in
Teas and
abundance.
teas and hats.
Yeah, definitely got a bunch of those.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Carrie, Jeff says, Carrie, that's all I use living in Germany, South Korea, and Afghanistan. Hello, goodbye, and thank you, he said. And Hillary
Oh,
said, Donde está el baño?
yeah.
Where's the
I know where
bathroom?
that is. I know what that is. Yeah, where's the
Yeah.
bathroom? My Spanish is
Carrie
okay.
said, Carrie said, hey, Tornado, I'm Testy from the Discord. I think that's knowledgeable information, Carrie, but just in case, Jeff, now you know.
Now you
Now you
know.
know. Now
And you
if you know, you
can't
know.
mess anything up from this point forward,
Right.
Mr. Tornado Alley
Uh
Collectibles.
Hillary said, didn't Daily Refinement say he wouldn't go back on eBay ever? No, he never said that. He said that there's people that have been kicked off of eBay for other stuff and all of them are back on. And I think that he said that even some of it was illegal and they're still back on. But
Huh.
I think it's just a waiting game. But I know if he did say that, that's not how he feels because he definitely wants to get back on eBay. He literally just said it at like 5 o'clock when I was talking to him because he was like, "Man, I got to get back on eBay because we have a YouTube call in the Daily Refinement in the Reseller Nirvana mentorship every Thursday at 5 p.m. or not 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. there or wherever. I think it was 3 p.m. I'm sorry. And so we're on there talking about reselling reseller YouTube or just YouTube in general, but we're all resellers. And Mel back from Burnout and then Chris Daily Refinement, they host the call. So we're just on there and he's like, if he got back on eBay, that would be the content to make his channel go viral. So I
100%.
know that he's really trying to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Hmm. Janae says she's not familiar with whatnot. Neither am I. I watched a few streams. It's entertaining. As far as like it's usually like pretty cool collectible stuff that's being sold, and like the not all of them, but most of the sellers try to like make it an interesting experience for you, and then you can buy stuff for like pretty cheap, like to where like you can resell it and make money off of it.
For sure.
Uh, the shipping used to be a lot cheaper, but now they've raised it a little bit. I guess they realized they were losing money on it. But it's kind of like the wild wild west right now. Like there's people on there drinking and smoking and cussing and playing copyrighted music and just like acting fools. But I don't think it's gonna. I don't think all the things that they're doing on there now are gonna last forever. So if you're
Well,
gonna get on there, get on there now.
I was gonna say, like, they're going through the same things that Twitch went through, with
Yeah.
like the copyrighted music and stuff like
Mhm.
that. That's a huge, huge thing that Twitch
Yeah.
had to like go to court for,
Yeah.
and it's still a thing, So, but the best way that I can describe whatnot is if you've ever been
Mhm.
on Twitch, it's like that. It's a live stream. It's live streamed entertainment with an
Mhm.
auction system built into it.
Built into it.
Is how I can describe it as basic as
Yep.
possible. So
Yep.
yeah, that's what it is. But I think it would be super fun for us to like do an auction if we get enough stuff built up, and you know
Oh yeah, man.
we could
You can do it way easier than I can as far as like acquiring inventory because you live like right by the bins. So for
yeah,
me, I'd have to go up there a couple days a week just to even get the inventory that I would need for it.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
So I'm
that
not
is true.
opposed to it, but
We can work
I'd have
something
to
out
put in
though.
a lot of work. Yeah.
We can work something out. We can work something out. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But either way, guys, we are already at an hour, which that flew
Yeah, that was
right on
quick,
by.
man.
But I hope you guys had super fun. I promise to turn off the 10-second chat rule for next time. But next week, this is every Thursday. If you guys are just tuning in,
Yep.
every Thursday, 7 p.m. CST. But we do switch channels back and forth every week. So next week we'll be on Marcus's channel. So if you haven't gone over to Dixon's Pickins, go ahead and do that and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification,
Yep.
and we'll be over there next week, same day, same
Yep.
time. So, anything else that you want to add before we roll out?
Nope. Just watch the videos tomorrow.
Yep. We will be dropping videos tomorrow morning. You're in the morning still?
I'm at 3.
Okay,
Yep.
3 o'clock for Marcus there, and 7 a.m. for
Yep.
me. And